Hello there, all you wrestling fans. I just watched SmackDown, the first SmackDown episode from after WrestleMania 26, and this was a great SmackDown episode. Raw delivered a great show the night after with the Shawn Michaels farewell address, and I must say that SmackDown was very good as well. The first 15 minutes, wow! Okay, perhaps first 25 minutes, we saw. And now it's time for a spoiler, and a spoiler alert this is, so in order for you to not be spoiled right now, you should pause, you should not keep watching. Haven't you seen SmackDown nor want to know what happened on the show? Don't watch. Jack Swagger is the new World Heavyweight Champion, and he cashed the Money in the Bank in after Jericho was beaten down by Edge. Swagger, I really love how he sold it. That's a huge surprise, him cashing it in already. I thought he was going to lurk on Raw, cash it in finally somewhere way down the line against John Cena, or at least wait for it. This is the quickest time someone has ever cashed in their Money in the Bank briefcase and the contract and become the champion from it. This was a great surprise. We also had Drew McIntyre beating down Matt Hardy before the match could even start. And we had the breaking up of Crime Time all in the first 25 minutes, so here is stuff going on. And the Crime Time breakup was a long time in due, I see, as I believe JTG has a lot of potential as a singles wrestler down the line. However, this seems serious on going with Shad for a while at least, because he bit down JTG, he cut a promo afterwards which somewhat sent out the intention that he's gonna go on for a long time and simply not be the flavor of the week. However, from where the hell did that beating come from? It was just that, not the breakup in the slap in the face or a heated argument. He's more or less abused JTG in the ring. What the hell was that? No build up whatsoever, and there wasn't any need to it, but you had a hard time getting attached to it because the beatdowns came from completely out of the blue, and even though many people might have expected a Crime Time breakup somewhere down the line, it came very abruptly, maybe too abruptly, and as I said once again, maybe too abruptly, with Shad completely mauling out JTG, and felt a little bit weird. They did good, but still it came a little bit from nowhere. Going back to Jack Swagger, he later I love how he just sold the moment when he won the title. No emotions, running around acting like a jerk. He just stood there soaking the moment in, standing there in a real solemn manner, just all serious, ice cold, no emotions, just holding the belt up, just, as I said, soaking in all the emotions, not showing any facial gesture whatsoever, and that was pretty good, I think. Later in the night he held his address statement of the championship, and he just stood there reading this poetical saga of himself and his life and how he grew up and what a successful story that was. Kind of monotonous voice, robotic voice, and I think that was very good, kind of provocative. And once again, he wasn't this. I mean, I've always liked Swagger. I think he has a lot of potential. Apparently, so does WWE, because he became ECW champion in just a few months after debuting in 2008. So apparently, they've always seen a lot of talent with him. And here's in the face for people saying that the WWE has given up on Swagger and fuck WWE for picking Sheamus over Swagger. Well, here he is. Here is your champion, Jack Swagger. I guess you can't be happier. This has been a huge story surrounding this Swagger crowning, because it's been a lot of spoiling on YouTube. People simply posting it up big, bright lights that Jack Swagger is the new World Heavyweight Champion, without taking any pardon, without taking any precautious, being cautious about it, taking any precautious actions in letting people decide whether they want to know or not, just posting it up big and bright. Jack Swagger is the new World Heavyweight Champion, and I can tell to all people spoiling, I believe more or less spoiling has ruined, or if not completely killed, kayfabe in wrestling. You can go on a site and you can more or less find out everything. You don't have to use your brain anymore. the point of analysis for some people are non-existent, because they can just go on a site and they believe everything that they read. And it's also perhaps upgraded the value of rumors and gossip, because all of a sudden people treat gossip and rumors as if they were the ultimate truth out there. And I really hate it. And especially I can tell people, what's the point? How pretentious can you be when you create a video or you go into a channel where you know a lot of people go in, because it was my channel, it was Spinnernet's channel, and a lot of other people's channels. People just go in there saying, "Hey, look, Jack Swagger is the new World Heavyweight Champion," as if they were about to be respected for telling everybody about it. Or as if that made them legitimate heroes. All that make you is assholes. Egoistic, self-obsessed, sensationalist assholes. That's all it makes you for ever going in and spoil like that. You can be precautious, and it's all okay to talk about wrestling after it's aired on TV, but what the hell, you don't go out and would you want to know, if you went to see a movie, how the movie is going to end or exactly what's going to happen in the movie? No, you would not. Yes, there is an anticipation factor in wrestling. Absolutely, it can have value, and people bring up the Mick Foley incident where Tony Schiavone in WCW mentioned what's going on in WWF, that Mick Foley was going to win the title, and people decided to switch over to watch the WWF instead and watch Raw, and therefore Raw later turned out to beat Nitro that night and lost a lot of viewers. But yeah, that doesn't mean people want to know everything about wrestling. That doesn't mean people shouldn't have a possibility to choose whether they would like to know or not like to know. And there is also something completely contradictory to the anticipation factor, and that's the surprise factor. If you're going to tell people in their face exactly what's going to happen on the show, there's no surprises left, and you kill an entire element of wrestling. And for that you should be, if not completely knocked out, at least slapped in the face for doing this and acting this very, very selfish and very, very rude, impolite and pretentious. This is just an awful behavior of these people doing this and taking this moment away, this surprise element from people who really wanted to see it. And in the ultimate end, it might come down to people having to close the comment section in their videos, the comment in their channels, because people out there have the awful tendency of spoiling stuff. So you can't apparently have an open discussion without people ruin it for others, and that's just, I can only show my full disdain for those kind of acts. Going back to the SmackDown show, Great Khali apparently will take time off. Didn't he just do that? Go back to India, I guess he'll spend some time with the family, do some promotional touring. He's a huge star over there, and WWE having him as an enabler for the Indian market and gaining the millions and millions and millions of dollars. WWE has been on loads of promotional tours in India over the last couple of years. Other than that, Hart Dynasty, they are about to get a push apparently. They won on Superstars this week, defeating the Dude Busters, as they are now called, Barretta and Croft. Finally, Drew McIntyre is looking solid. He got no time whatsoever in the Money in the Bank. He was one of my favorites to win, and for God's sake, he has lost 3 matches as the Intercontinental Champion already. 3 matches. I hate seeing a champion lose. Yeah, it can be a non-title match and he lost, but come on, in like 4 weeks Drew McIntyre lost 3 matches, and we're supposed to take him seriously as the Intercontinental Champion. Yeah, it's a great gimmick and great angle that McMahon erases some of these losses out of his register, but still, a champion should under no circumstances lose. Very, very seldomly should he lose if he's supposed to keep the belt and still be the champion. The only time a champion is supposed to lose originally is when he loses the title, and that's about it. Talk about killing the credibility for, well, not only Drew McIntyre, that could be a side issue, but for the championship itself. Absolutely disastrous. Feel free to share your thoughts. Great SmackDown, I think, absolutely awesome. Share your thoughts and have a nice day.